Well, hey there. We're gonna get this started before I drive so I'm safe. I am driving home from just an amazing day, and I was in prayer and thinking just being so grateful for having time available to me. And so I wanted to share some of that and some of the gifts that I have that I would love to offer to you as well. So yesterday I went to meet one of my sons. His girlfriend lives 6 hours away. So the mom and I, we like to meet 3 hours in the middle. It's gorgeous. It's in the Smoky Mountains. Sorry, I moved here 2 years ago, and it's National Forest. It's just gorgeous. And another coach met up with us that all of our kids do school together. I didn't know her before we all started on the Valor program, which I'm happy to share with you if you would like. And actually, she's a grandmother who has custody of her granddaughter and just is this amazing, fearless woman. And she was talking last night about how passionate she is about giving people financial and time freedom through health coaching. And I completely agree with her. And I get comments quite a bit, private messaged or in person, about, gosh, you guys travel a lot, or you seem to have a lot of time, that sort of thing. So I want to speak to that a little bit. Working for yourself with this program and having complete mentorship to walk beside you, teach you how to do it, love on people. I get to talk about God all the time, and it brings finance, and I can do it on my terms, is something I can't even begin to describe to you. I didn't think that you could make a real living as a health coach. Like, what is that? It's guiding people and helping them to be their best selves. Everybody thinks it's about food. It's honestly not about food. We use the food as a tool, but it's about everything else. But, you know, I have teenagers still at home. I have 3 that are out, but I have 2 teenagers at home, 15 and 17. And they have both said, we love you and Dad home. We love you guys around with us. We want to create enough income that we are present with our children. We want to be with our family. My kids are not perfect. That's not what I'm saying. But to have your teenagers love to hang out with you, to love to hang out with your mentors, the adults in your life, with any age child, is something phenomenal. My kids have started multiple businesses, and it's because they've watched us contend and do those things. And some of you that know me really well, I already know what you're thinking. Oh yeah, whatever, Stephanie, you're blowing smoke, you're married to a surgeon. I am married to a surgeon, but guess what? He had been married before and divorced. And any of you who have been through that know it's the worst financial decision you could ever make. We've done multiple podcasts on it. We're very transparent. We did Dave Ramsey back in 2011. It changed everything for us. We are not where we are today because my husband is a surgeon. We are where we are today because we believed in delayed gratification. We got our finances in order. We were actually looking at it. Like, doing a budget doesn't mean you're not spending money. It means you're telling your money what to do. Most of us do not have an income problem. Most of us have a budget problem. We have no idea where it's going, okay? So I highly recommend that. If you want different podcasts we've been on, I'm happy to share that, because that you will have more money just by doing that. But the second thing is that my husband does not have to work. He works because he wants to, because we have put all of these other things in place, and health coaching is a major one of those. It has given us a substantial stream of revenue. It has given us amazing people in our lives that are striving to be better, and there is nothing more valuable than your time, you guys. And so the classic American dream we were taught was go to college, which I love in education. I'm a huge fan of education. Go to college, get a degree, get your job, work 40 hours a week for somebody else, and if you're lucky, you get a 3% pay raise. So then we stopped dreaming at like 25. I guarantee you that is not your dream. And there's nothing wrong with having a 40-hour-a-week job. Absolutely nothing. I'm not downplaying that. But our grandparents, my grandparents' generation, you'd get a pension. That is very far and few between, you guys. So are you relying on another company or another business, and you're making your CEO wealthy, your board members wealthy, and you're getting 3%? I guarantee you, you are capable of more. And even if you stay in that job, you should have additional streams of revenue. It is just wise to do. There are so many options out there today, so many options. And one of the things it allowed me to do was that I still have my VBS shirt on. I have the same exact clothes I had on yesterday, and I'll tell you why. I worked VBS because I love serving. I think it's really important. I poured into 17 second graders. I don't know any of them. I told them about Jesus. You know why I can do that? Because I worked for myself. Because I worked for myself and I built it around all the other things. I called clients while I was on the road. I called coaches while I was on the road. I loved them, right? Then I went with my son, had quality time in the car for 3 hours. You want to know what's going on with your teenager? Drive them around. They start talking to you. Fantastic, amazing, deep conversations with him. Then I arrive, we see the girlfriend, I see my good friend, we see my other coaching friend, and she's so sweet. Right away she said, hey, do you guys want to stay at my cabin tonight? And initially I said, no, I have a Bible study Friday mornings that's really important to me. And then she said, do you want to go look at the fireflies? So those of you that are not in the South, I call them glow bugs, but these little bugs light up. And it's usually June and July, and they're trying to mate, but their little butts light up. And I just sit and giggle in fascination. God has such a sense of humor, and his creation is so beautiful. And so I said, yes. So she took us to like a little local place, and we watched, and it was so good. But they didn't really get great till about 10 o'clock at night. So I looked at her, I said, hey, could I still take you up on that offer to stay over? Because it's a 3-hour drive for me. And, you know, if you know me well, I love my sleep. I love my sleep. She said, absolutely. So I stayed the night. I woke up this morning. I'm literally like in the forest, in the trees, hearing the birds. It was just fantastic. And got up. She bought me coffee. She brought me dinner last night. And then I got on my way. I wouldn't even know these people. I wouldn't even have this amazing mentorship, conversation, friendships. I wouldn't have this time available to me if I wouldn't have said, you know what, I'm willing to try this thing. I don't know how to do it. I love people. I want to help people get healthy. What is it about? And I literally had my mentor and my mentor's mentors walk beside me and help me. And you guys, it is so fulfilling. And it is also okay to be paid what you're worth. The more value you add to people, the more you are going to be paid. There is nothing wrong with that. And I want to encourage you to start thinking a little bit differently, because your company, for the most part, you're a number and you're replaceable. And that's really, really unfortunate, because I know you work hard for your company. I know that. When you work hard for yourself, it's up to you how much you do or don't do, right? And I would love to guide you. I would love to help you to have this time and money freedom, you know. And I was able to reach out to my husband and be like, hey, I'm gonna spend the night. And he's like, no problem. He's out taking the other kid how to drive, and they're having one-on-one time, because he is also able to be present. And he does work as a surgeon, but on his terms. He doesn't have to grind like he used to. You know, 10 years ago when we were trying to get out of debt and we were supporting 2 households, which, by the way, if you're a split family, you should be supporting. You should be supporting your ex-spouse if you are the higher income earner, and you should be supporting your children, because you know what? Your children didn't pick this, and you need to shut your mouth about your ex. That's a sidebar. I feel like I need to do a class on that, honestly, because there's a lot of blended families, and your kids are getting screwed. Okay, rant over. But he was working at 2 hospitals to support everybody, and we were drowning. And that was so much weight on my husband. Well, today, he works because he loves it, and he's always loved it, but he works passionately because he wants to save lives on that trauma side of things. And he says all the time, we save more lives over here doing health coaching. Let's be preventative. So if you want to do something that adds value, makes you feel good, and brings you income and gives you options for your family, I want to talk to you about that. At minimum, we have a fantastic conversation and I encourage you. And at maximum, you build something really beautiful and powerful that's going to change your life and your family. And yes, mamas, grandmas that have little ones running around, you can absolutely do this. You can do this in the nooks and the crannies, in the 5 minutes, the 10 minutes, the 15 minutes. A business doesn't fall from the sky, but if you're intentional, it can absolutely be done.